Hi everyone, my name is Kerstin Nilsson and I'm professor and work at the Lund University and Kristianstad University in Sweden. I will talk about sustainable working life for all ages, the swAge model. Working life is complex. There are many factors that affect the possibility to work, that people can and want to work, and for a healthy and sustainable working life. The swAge model describes the complexity of those factors and tries to visualize and organize those factors. The model is developed out of a lot of studies performed and developed during 17 years of research in the field. So, why can and want people to work and go on in an extending working life? Well, are there differences between wanting to and being able to work? What associates to wanting and to be able to work? That is what we're wondering, and therefore conducted analysis to examine this. It turned out that self-rated health and diagnosis and functional evaluation, as well as personal finances and private social environment as family, leisure time, etc., were significant both to being able to and wanting to work in an extending working life. But other factors differed. What was above all associated with being able to work was the physical work environment, the mental working environment, as well as working hours, work pace, and time for recuperation, but also competence, knowledge, and development opportunities. Associated with wanting to work were work, social environment, attitudes with organization, from managers, etc., leadership, participation and support, as well as grounds for discrimination. Furthermore, motivation, stimulating task and work satisfaction with the work activities, that the core in work was perceived and interesting and motivating. This how wanting to work differs from being able to work due to our analysis in different studies. So, there are 9 areas of importance for if people can and want to work. Those 9 areas are included in the micro-level, individual level in the swAge model. Function variation, self-rated health and diagnosis. The physical work environment with load, demand, injury, chemical health risks, climate, etc. The mental work environment with stress, decision latitude, demand control, violence, and threats. The working hours, work pace, recovery time, and if the possibility to recuperation is good or bad. The personal finances with salary, living expenses, etc. The private social environment with family, the partner, leisure activities, etc. The work social environment within the organization, the manager's attitude, discrimination, social participation in the group, at the workplace, and so on. If you feel work satisfaction with the core in work, stimulating and self-crediting tasks and activities in work. And also the competence, the possibility to use the skills, knowledge, and possibility to knowledge development. All those 9 areas are of importance for individuals' employability, and those are also important for if people can and want to work, and those are determinant areas for a sustainable working life for all ages. Our analysis in different studies also stated that those 9 determinant areas for work-life participation could be sorted in 4 determinant spheres: the health effect of the working environment, personal finance, social inclusion and participation, and execution of tasks and activities at work. So, there are 9 determinant areas for a sustainable working life. However, what distinguishes older employees from other employees? When talking about an extending working life, we could not negotiate age and different aging concepts. The pension system and other regulations and social system is based on our chronological age, but our chronological age alone only describe precisely how many years we have lived, and our aging naturally affects by how many birthdays we have celebrated and we have lived. But in working life, the functional aging and how that affects our work is more important than the number and years. So it is not only the chronological age that affect if we could work or not. There are also other types of definitions and concepts of aging. The functional aging is a combination of an interaction of our biological age, which in turn consists of our generational heritage and of how our lifestyle, work, and work environment have affected us. We know that a very heavy and demanding physical work environment and a very stressful mental work environment increased our biological aging. The cognitive age is important to our intellectual development, our memory, wisdom, how to learn, and our internal personality developed through life, and that also affects our possibility to work. The social age describes how we move between different social positions and social roles throughout the life course. In different parts of our life, we could include and identify as in the part of childhood, the workforce, and retirement. We are socialized to different expectations and given opportunities, which is controlled by the culture and the rules of society to us in different ages in life. All 4 age concepts are associated to working life and therefore is included in the swAge model. How our aging processes and affects our ability to work develop throughout life, and it is not a cure when we are 60 plus, as is sometimes seen to do when we talk about older worker. The aging perspective, therefore, need to be actual and enlightened throughout the whole working life and not only the last year of working life. If you look at the picture, the swAge model is chopped into 4 cake pieces or portions. And as you will see, those 4 aging concepts relates and are different parts of the 4 areas in the model. When we do our studies, we also consider how people think about their considerations when they want to leave the workplace as they consider to retire. So, due to our analysis and our studies, people do 4 consideration between if they think they're going on to work or they going to leave the workplace. The first consideration is about their health effects from a work environment regarding their functional variations, self-rated health diagnosis, and the physical work environment, their mental work environment, and their working hour, work pace, and possibility to recovery and recuperation. The second consideration is about their personal finances. The third consideration is about the social inclusion and participation in the work social environment and in the private social environment. The fourth consideration is about execution of task and activity if people feels work satisfaction and motivation with the activities and tasks, and also the competence, knowledge development, and possibility to use the skills at work. So, with swAge model visualized and organized the 9 areas of determination for sustainable working life, subdivided into 4 spheres of determination, areas of action, which also relates to the 4 H definitions. However, to make a working life sustainable, we could not only focus on the individual level. We also need to make activities out of the 9 areas and in the 4 determinant spheres at the meso level and at the workplace organization and component level. And we could not forget the macro level, the societal level, and the society's impact on regulation and laws, and that effect of a sustainable and healthy working life to an older age. The macro level, societal level, and meso level, organization and enterprise level, affect the individual level at the micro level. The swAge model is developed by Grounded Theories in 2003 and out of a lot of different studies. The swAge model is described in different publications. But how could swAge model be used to make the working life healthy and sustainable for all ages? In Sweden, managers, human resource professionals, authorities, and the government are used the swAge model as a theoretical model for reflection regarding a healthy and sustainable working life for all ages. The model is also used practically in workplaces as a tool and a checklist in the systematic work environment management and the manager's individual development meetings with the employees, and in the workplace's daily management as a checklist. If you're interested about the research behind the swAge model and the information about the model, you can look at this homepage where we have get together the information and research behind the model, the www.swAge.org. Thank you very much for listening.